Okay, so
there's a 50,000, 100,000.
There is cost to it.
Yes, there is cost to it.
And do you ask them what the cost is supposed to handle? Why do you have to pay?
No, one, they issue they say the issue of insecurity, that they are going to they must be protected, and then to move the machine from here to that place, logistics, fueling, transportation.
So you call the police sometimes to respond to insecurity situation, and they tell you their vans have no petrol and you have to fuel. You go to INEC also asking for them to come and set up for registration of citizens, and they also ask to be mobilized to fuel their cars.
Exactly.
Okay, continue. So in your own case, what did you do?
No, I have to oblige them, because if you don't...
How much did you pay?
I paid about that 50K just to, mobilize them to come.
About 50,000 naira.
Yes.
And they came?
It's not a bribe.
I know.
It's just logistics.
It is...
And a thank you gift. Where is the logistics? I know they are doing
Well,
that.
let me not say what I think it is. If you call it logistics, you're the one who is familiar with the process. So maybe we'll find out from them next week when they are here. But let's talk about the logistics. So you paid the logistics, and then they mobilized and came and set up there.
Yes.
Now, apart from the 50,000 naira you paid, did you have to pay any other thing?
No. They didn't even ask me to pay this amount. I was the one that said, okay, I'm going to cater for the logistics. And I did it.
Okay, because they didn't ask you to pay.
No, they must be careful with me.
You are the one who decided. But do they ask people to pay? You are a politician.
No, they don't ask people to pay.
People in your constituency reach out to you to ask you to help them do certain things, right? So
yes.
Have people in your constituency reached out to you, set up the registration post, right? But now you're saying even the individuals who come to register
office,
now,
yes.
Sometimes in order for them to get registered, they have to tip.
Yes, they do.
You have received these reports.
101. And I get down, I go to local government, I shout. I told them, I will make sure people are arrested. You don't do that. This thing, government provides everything. Even the next chairman will be mad if he hears this kind of a thing.
But have you taken any step to report? Because you see, if we don't sanitize the system from the grassroots level, we can't expect government to do so much. And going to authorities with information like this is also part of feedback to them. If things are happening like this, you know it's scandalous.
Yes, it is.
And who comes to register in order to get his PVC required to tip before he can be registered. As a representative of the people, when you got to get many of these complaints, did you lodge them at the appropriate quarters?
Yes, I did. I put a call immediately to the INEC registered officer. I said, this is what your people are doing. He said, well, let him call them. And when he called, they denied. I said, okay, if people want to believe in me, let us put CCTV camera in the registration units, and then let us see the outcome. And I told my people, if you give one night again, mark that money, snap it, we will arrest them. We will arrest them, because that is how corruption continues, even in the system. And let me tell you, bring to your notice, there are some informations before election is being rigged. Let me tell you, before election is the officials must be aware. Just the one that happened in Ekiti. If you see the analogy, you will be very mad with it. These other people, there are a lot of, they give you figures, fact, and I'm a politician. They give you facts and figures of those who are eligible and those who are not eligible to vote, and where you can come in. So that is why we are looking at this. Now they told us the annex that yes, now if you are voting, it is now is recorded for transmission. We are praying and believing that, so that it will end ballot box snatching, comparing before and after election. Have you ever heard that when materials are being taken from the polling unit to the designated place where they will now. Even in the car, people are printing. I was in Bauchi in 2011 when we were nearly matched when we were registering people for vote. You bring underage people. That's why I also wrote that our BVN should be attached, should be linked with this our PVC. If we are to be sincere, because the BVN is the most secured apparatus the federal government of Nigeria has. Once you put in your BVM, everything about you comes out, your details. So when you link it, we wipe away those underage people who have their PVCs. So I'm telling INEC even today that what they should do is this. That BVN, let them link it. They'll know how to do it. Let them link it to our PVC. And then when you're coming to register for your PVC, they say put your BVN. And when you put it, your age appears. And once your age appears, so when they are trying to wipe away, after registration, they wipe away a lot of things. So once they link it now, it is not too late. They should create another, what's it called? Another web for that. Put in your PVM so you can link it to your PVC. And once they link it, a lot of irregularities will stop.
Honorable Chiedu, I don't mind us discussing only voter registration today. It will be worth it.
Okay.
Because nobody can vote if they are not registered. And there is a huge momentum among the Nigerian citizenry in the direction of registering against voting in 2023. You talked about how people have reached out to you regarding the monetization of the registration process. Do you mind mentioning names of communities involved? As I have said on this show earlier, we are looking to bring top INEC officials on this program next week. I will ask them.
Okay. If I'm around too, I can venture to come.
No,
because I have a lot of I will even bring the letters I've written.
You can in the meantime you can just mention the names of those places,
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, for me, I am from Idemili South. I'm from OKTT.
Okay.
So my people travel, take buses from OKTT to Idemili South, from Oba to Idemili South, on Itatu, and so on and so forth. You go there, you'll be tipped. So I've mentioned the places.
Okay.
You'll be tipped.
Okay.
And I told you don't do that here.
Okay.
You don't.
Now, apart from having to tip or having to give what you call logistics, I have a different name for it, but let's use your term logistics. Apart from that, what other challenges have people reported to you concerning the registration process?
Okay, good. Is that they don't give them their permanent, their temporal, they only print paper. And I said, what is sign paper? How can you give us paper? What happened to the temporal ID card that we usually laminate them? Now they give you paper. In that paper, your picture is not there. So why should you give people paper like that? Your picture is not there, and you bring paper and say you have registered. I say, what kind of thing is this? And I begin to wonder, I say, is INEC now discouraging people or encouraging people? Giving me paper, how can I vote with paper? And once that paper got lost, that's the end. So why not they make available, as soon as you are registering, they give you that temporal. That temporal one shows your picture. And then, remember when I registered in 2011, your fingers will show. And all of them, my own shows then. But now, you can't even see such a thing again. They just do that. And again, another thing is our people, they are working. So when you put their thumb printing, it does not recognize. Most of them does not recognize thumb printing. You thumb and thumb all the hands. They can't recognize.
Is it during the registration process or during the voting process?
Even in registration process, most times.
Okay. Kenny, you wanted to ask a question?
Yes, I wanted to say about the your suggestion that INEC should maybe connect the BVN to the
PVC.
To the PVC. The truth remains that a lot of Nigerians are financially excluded. So do you not think that doing that would like make a lot of people unable to register?
How?
Given that a lot of people do not even have BVN.
BVN.
Yes.
Okay. What do you think is BVN? Where you have ATM, right?
Of course.
And you can withdraw money anywhere.
No, the point is making is many Nigerians don't even bank. They don't have the ATM you're talking about.
Okay.
In fact, this is not just about people who live in rural areas. There are some well-educated persons who live in town who have refused to have anything to do with electronic banking in any way.
Yes. You know, why I said that is this. It may not be only in banking that the BVN should be accepted. You can go into the bank, any bank, and do your BVN.
No, what is
It's
saying?
not must that you must have a bank
What
account.
he's saying is
Yes.
the people
Yes.
in Jatuaka village who have no bank there but are old enough to vote and want to vote
Okay.
but have no business banking. Please don't take it for granted that there are some Nigerians, and there are many, who live in places where these amenities do not exist. Do you exclude them from the voting process simply because they don't have BVN?
No.
Good.
The answer is no. The answer is no. Why? Because when you are coming to register for, what I said they should link it is when you come there and you don't have BVN, they register you for BVN. And then they do it. They join it with the PVC. That's what I mean.
But you know what BVN is?
Yes.
Bank verification number.
Yes.
So you need to have business with bank in order to have a BVN.
And also, do you know you can have a zero account in the bank?
No, you see,
You can have a zero account.
can you have a BVN without having a bank account?
That one. Okay, no, you cannot.
Understand
You
that,
cannot. No,
understand that PVC is a state-run affair.
I'm aware. The
Right.
other one is banking run affair. That is why I said there.
So the point he's making is, it is untidy to expect that getting a PVC should be tied to having a BVN. I think that's the point. But we are not going to be tied down to that point.
No, but I'm giving you the solution.
Let's talk about Nigerians have woken up to the need to get themselves registered, but there is still a lot of work to be done deliberately, intentionally, in order to get more people to become more active politically and get registered, So somebody like you who is a politician, a community person, what do you do to get your people to become politically aware and so seek to get registered?
Okay, good. There are so many ways to that. When you talk about political sensitization, yes, when you see the turnout of those who are going to register now, you will see that they are politically sensitized, unlike before. People were waiting for somebody to emerge. And then when they saw that a Messiah has come, it's part of the political mobilization. And me have sensitized my people enough. Why? Because if you are not part of the system that brought you somebody, you cannot hold that person responsible. If you don't vote, or rather, if you say your vote, there's no responsibility. In my own place, I have a lot of WhatsApp phone which I give people on daily basis. I tell you the basis of what you need to know. If you're not on WhatsApp, you hear me on radio and television, and that is why I always feature. When you see me, I'm 2 weeks here, 2 weeks in my place, because I must service my constituency and maintain them. In political sensitization, I speak in many radio stations in Anambra State, ABS, radio and TV. I'm always their man, always, because I tell them, if we're doing the job of National Orientation Agency, is their job. But we can't be keeping blaming people. If me as a politician, I don't enlighten my people, they are politically backward. That is why today, if you come to my community, you can't bribe anybody anymore. Our eyes don't shine. You can't, because they now see vote buying as a selling of their total rights and freedom and liberty. Just like Esau in the Bible sold his birthright. And nobody wants to sell the birthrights. You must, every person, not just because I'm a politician, every person is meant to sensitize people on politics. Because now, why do you want to be president? Because it's your turn. Why do you want to be president? Because you have the outreach. Why do you want to be president? You want to repair the economy. There are three ways that these are three views, and that is part of political sensitization. People are now sensitive politically, and they want that change to come. Because if, one, you don't have your PVC, you can't be there complaining. That is why I tell my people, during the election, most people don't vote. They say, you know, they count. But now, vote is counting. Stop that. It's rubbish. You are at home drinking. Make them do now. Then after now, they go. No more. Because people now have seen that, we missed a lot in the past. Because if they were politically mobilized, politically sensitized, Nigeria will never be the way we are. And that is why it is not just politicians, it's for each and every one of us to do what? Be part of this movement. What is the movement? Political sensitization. What are you sensitizing this person for? You have to tell him that now vote counts, because the ideology we had is voting does not count. Our vote does not count. But now vote counts. So after the people vote counts, what next? When you vote in people who are there for your own good, the nation will stabilize. But when you vote people, you collect. You don't have the moral justification or rights to come. And I told my people, I was to go for Senate FCT. You know, sincerity, I wanted to come. Being DJ, I said, you are bringing something that is not worth it. Are we not one Nigeria? You people should do away with religion, ethnicity. Everybody, anybody. I remember the first local government chairman in Enugu. He's an Hausa man. Why can't we go back to that days?
Well,
that is political sensitization.
You are hitting on another topic that would like to have it wait. Let us open the line so that our listeners can be part of this conversation. You're listening to us and you want to call in and have your say, please, you can reach us on 081-084-47518. You want to call us and be part of this conversation. The number to call is 081-084-47518. All right, we have a caller. Hello, good morning. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Please, your name and where you're calling from. Please, can you step away from your radio set a bit?
It's David calling from Pogoma.
Oh, David, how are you doing?
Fine, sir.
Thanks for keeping a date with us always.
The guest actually this area and a lot of the source is that political sector.
David, your audio is having some challenge.
Yeah.
Hello, David, can you hear me?
Yeah.
We are not able to hear you clearly.
God.
Oh, we lost that call. Okay. Hello?
Hello.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, morning. My name is Daniel.
Oh, Daniel. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Jabi.
All right, please go ahead.
Yeah, you see the topic people are talking about today is just a very nice one. Just like your guest said earlier, the insecurity is everywhere. And sorry to start with this. I plea with the parishioners of Edo and the loss of their priests. May his gentle soul rest in perfect peace.
Amen.
Yeah, it's what we found ourselves. But it's quite unfortunately, that nobody is like reacting when such thing happens. I don't know whether the people, the monsters that are causing this problem want to cause a religious problem in Nigeria, which, God forbid, we don't want that. But the issue is that the government on board should stand up to their responsibility. I think the responsibility of every government is to protect life and property. And when you are not able to do that, I think the government has failed. Yes. Because you can't stay in a country whereby every second people are being killed, and we check the killing of people, it becomes normal in this country. The National Assembly are there watching, and nobody is talking. The president is there looking, and the security men are also there looking. That is what we are saying. If the security men have exhausted all their experience, and this thing is overwhelming them, I think it's high time the government invite outside security. Talk to the world that this we are going through has overpowered us. You can't give what you don't have. And this is why we have collaboration with other nations, so that they will come to our assistance. I think it's not good enough that every day we open newspaper in the radio station, we hear this person 10 killed in command. And look at what the governor of Zamfara State has said, that the people should go and get guns. Look at, is it not indication that the security has overwhelmed the people on board, the people in charge of the security? If a sitting governor can advise people to go and buy guns, is it not a blow to the system of insecurity? Is it not to say that the government entirely has failed? Please, the National Assembly should do the needful. We should forget about political differences. Now we should talk about Nigeria. We should bring Nigeria into the table now and discuss about Nigeria. We should not take politics. We should not politicize human lives. People are dying every day by day, and everybody is comfortable with what is going on. Please, this is not a country we dream for. Please, thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you very much, Daniel. That was quite intense. Okay, we have another caller. Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir. What's your name and where are you calling from?
This is Christopher. I'm calling you from Dede.
Christopher from Dede. Please go ahead.
Thank you. I really want to emphasize on voters registration.
Okay.
There are some millions of voters cards that are different locations, even in the INEC offices. You will see them there lying down. I think INEC is supposed to make a public announcement and create awareness that people should come and pick their voter cards. Because without doing that, many people don't know where their voter cards are. And those voter cards, if they remain there, those people will not be able to vote. And another thing I observe again is that we are all Nigerians. We're supposed to shun anything that is called religion or ethnic when it comes to election. When I was living in Suleja, Niger State, they were taking some INEC officials from some bad cigar that they the government cigar to go and register people even at night. And while some other people would be going in the daytime, standing on the queue without even being registered. That thing has become rampant in all the north. So if they want to do, let INEC find a way of stopping all those things. Let them know that we are all one Nigeria. Let them be known because this one is my brother or this one is my sister, and let me give you a vote. Politics in Nigeria have overgrown that. That is my little contribution this afternoon. And my sympathy to the Reverend Father and Lord his life is so rest in perfect peace.
Amen.
Thank you.
Amen. Thank you very much. That was Christopher from Dede. Another caller is there. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir. Your name and where you're calling from?
My name is Godwin. I'm calling from Area 11.
Please go ahead.
Please, I want to refer to the comments of your guest speaker in the house there.
Okay.
Yeah, you made mention of him, giving out logistics to INEC officials before they were able to go down to his community and then do the needful.
Yes.
So it proves to me that it means that common Nigeria cannot get anything done by government officials. Does that prove what he's trying to say to us? I don't understand. Does he necessarily need to give them a logistic, as he said, which I know that one is even bribe, as I will call it? You understand? Because you find at times that a citizen of this country may go to the police station and lay a complaint. Police will be asking you, you can give us this thing. Or if you are nobody, you don't have anything to offer, then nobody will even look at you. Now look at what is happening in the INEC office now. You go there to make your PVC, they want to collect money from you. They will say pay 1,000, pay 1,500, and the rest of that. Why does it have to be like that in this country? Does it mean that the common Nigerian does not have voice to speak unless you are a politician or unless maybe you are somebody in government or organization? I don't understand. And then the issue of having a Messiah has come to the end of this country. I don't see it that way. All I know is that we Nigerians are going to vote. Our votes account with that which we know. And God is going to raise for us the right person that is going to lead this country. That's all I know. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Okay, we have another caller there. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Your name and where you're calling from?
Yes, Stephen calling Wusetu.
Stephen from Wusetu. Please go ahead.
You see, I want to on the issue of voter registration. This voter registration, if you are not coming up and are complete, where you are, you feel you're comfortable, you can be able to vote here. It's better you transfer your vote. For you to say, oh, you want to rely on your community and other people to go and vote, because the way the security thing is going now, you don't know whether during the election they will be able to allow people. Because what happens is people should also think about what happened before. That we travel position the now postpone the election. So people should see if you want to transfer your vote, you transfer the vote where you are. So that they will not better say, oh, the election has been postponed. Not all these people that are saying, it's our time. No, it's not our time. No, we have to think about our future and about the future of our.
All right. Thank you very much. Unfortunately, we are unable to take in the many calls that are lined up for today, and that's because time is seriously against us. So we have come to the end of today's edition of Side by Side. I must say a very big thank you to our guest, Honorable Chiedu Ude. He's a member of the Nigerian Institute of Public Relations, a politician and a media enthusiast. And our listeners, thank you very much for joining us on the program. The next edition of Side by Side will come your way Wednesday, the 29th of June at 10 a.m. Until then, keep listening to Radio Maria 91.3 FM. Please, our listeners, will just be informed that we are mobilizing to have a very serious high panel discussion on the voter registration and allied matters next week. You will let you know once the time approaches. Thank you for always joining the program. I am Reverend Father Robert Achiaga.
And I am Kenneth Obiz.
Peace be with you.